moment to speak. Firstly, I thank the Dalit Bahujan Women's Collective of HCU for giving me the space to speak and to express my solidarity for justice for Jisha. Um, See, I feel very inadequate in terms of, the kind of experiences, the kind of struggles that I have faced in my life, and also in terms of the education I've had. But but today, I can talk about what I can see. I can see that the kind of dehumanization that happens to the Dalit woman, and that is not just in terms of the brutality, the kind of atrocity that we see in the case of Jisha, that we see in the case of all these rapes of Dalit women that we hear about, that we see, whether it's Kerala, whether it's Jind, or whether now in Kerala. But the dehumanization, we must recognize, happens on an everyday basis. The dehumanization of the Dalit woman and her body and her labor, whether it's in our homes, whether it's on the street, whether as laborers, whether as contract workers in the university. The fact that their labor, their body is completely invisible to us. The fact that the kind of brutality that happened with Jisha was completely invisible to us for 5 days. It's almost like, how you see the carcass of an animal on the road. You look at it, you look at the gruesomeness of it, and you just walk past. It's not something that you stop and look at and you think about. So, in some ways, that is the thing that occurred to me the most when I read about Jisha. That what was it that was stopping the media from taking up this issue? What was it that is stopping the police from carrying out proper investigation, from taking the law to its proper course of action? What is it that makes Jisha different from Jyoti Singh in Delhi? Why is it not a national issue anymore? This kind of dehumanization, this kind of everyday kind of dehumanization, and now we're talking about it because we see the brutality, and we have to compare it to Jyoti Singh's, the kind of brutality that Jyoti Singh has faced to be able to talk about Jisha in the national media, or to be able to talk about it here today. So I find this very strongly condemnable, and until this kind of, we begin to take issue with this kind of violence against Dalit women, until we realize that there is no casteless gender and there is no genderless caste. And the sooner we realize this, the sooner we move towards the emancipation of Dalit women, the emancipation of society. So my solidarity, my support and for this movement, and to the Dalit Bahujan Women's Collective of HCU. Thank you.